What's up guys, Danielle here, neutralsupport.net, bringing you another tool short. On the docket today is Wera's super cool Ratchet pistol. This is the Wera Kraftfrom compact pistol Ratchet. So one thing we talk about with bike mechanics in general is ergonomics. So our hands are put through a lot of damage. Ratchets come up over and over as a way to reduce the amount of force that you need and reduce the stress on your hands. So that's why I'm very interested in ratchets. You'll see throughout all of these videos that I like ratchets, I focus on them a lot. This just happens to be one of the first ones. Looks pretty simple, pretty small size. The handle is about 4 inches long. If you look, the handle is actually at an angle to the body, so instead of being straight up and down, it's actually at an angle that helps when you're holding it to get a nice twist on things. So with this ratchet, it actually takes a 1/4 inch bit in the driver. It can handle up to 50 Newton meters if you can believe it. Your hand probably can't do 50 Newton meters, but the tool won't break up to 50 Newton meters. So the cool thing, boom, there are the bits. So it comes with 2 positive drive, 2 Phillips head, and 2 Torx. So I'd likely pop it open, eliminate these extra Phillips heads and this T20 because there's not too much stuff on a bike that's T20. I'd keep a T25, the Phillips, or even a JIS bit, a 3, 4, 5, and 6. That seems to be a nifty solution for carrying your 6 bits inside the handle here. They all fit, you can carry whatever you want. So if you have a specific bike that you typically work on or brand that you typically work on and they have certain sizes, I know that Scott, as an example, in the shop, Scott has a lot of T25, they have a lot of T10. You could also always store a bit in the end, so that would give you 7 total. One of my hesitations with ratchets previously was access to bits, so having to change out the bits all the time in the ratchet just seemed cumbersome, too slow, but with something this accessible, the bits come out really easy. I've had some where the bits store in the handle or store somewhere where they're hard to get in and out. Specifically like my park tool, torque wrench, getting the bits in and out of the little storage area of the handle is actually kind of tough, but I still do it because that's an awesome torque wrench, and maybe I'll talk about it someday. But this, being right here, the bits come out really easy. You can store whichever 6 bits you want. So the ratchet itself changes direction here at the top. You can see left or right or center. Center, it doesn't do anything at all. Left or right. This is a very positive adjustment. So it's very easy to reach. Not a weird lever anywhere, but right here in the front. And it actually has a very good feel to it, as Wera stuff generally does. It's high quality tool stuff. Put the bit in there. You can see you get to ratchet. It has a fine tooth ratchet, so the distance between clicks is very small. It's kind of like ratcheting with a Hydra hub. Very small increments, not a lot of lag there. And it has this quick release here so you can get the bit out. When you put the bit in and lock it down, the bit won't get lost. So if you're sticking it in something and you pull it out, the bit can't get stuck in the whatever you're using, which is nice. So there's that. It actually comes with this sweet little holster. So you can stick it in there, put it on your belt if you want to. There's another version of this holster that actually has a billfold here that allows you to have even more bits on the inside. So that's cool too. When using a regular hand tool like a hex key, there are many things that cause your hand to be put under strain or cause fatigue. So holding on to a tool this small puts a lot of stress on the inside of your hands, gripping down on that also. The other thing is you tend to not want to reposition as much, so you tend to want to try and get the most turn per every position. So we start here and we tend to try to go like as far as we possibly can, or start a little bit earlier than we should, and that's putting our hand in unnatural movements. So if we're going to tighten it, you can see with a ratchet that you can actually do micro movements with your hand to get the bolt all the way there. So that makes it so that you can reposition as many times as you want without having to move your hand so much. So you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to stress your wrist out, any of that. You can do these micro turns that really help you reduce the amount of movement and reduce your hand fatigue. The other thing that this tool has is a pretty big grip. So if you look at this versus this, they're both doing the same thing. One is at a perfect right angle and requires you to grab onto a pretty small handle. They do make hex keys that have bigger handles that help with that, especially for the bigger sizes. Some of the 8s and stuff where you're getting off a pedal, they make big, nice handled hex keys. This handle allows you to have something larger in your hand, which reduces the amount of strain on your hand for gripping. Has a nice ergonomic shape so that it fits in your hand well, and you can do your ratcheting without too much strain. Like I said, this does 50 Newton meters of torque before it's stressed to a breaking point. You're not going to do 50 Newton meters with this in your hand, at least not comfortably, but that gives you a lot of leeway so that you know that you're not going to break the tool when you're putting some torque on stuff. So being a tool that takes a regular 1/4 inch bit, you don't have to run tools that just fit inside your nifty handle. You can actually run something like a 1/4 inch ratchet adapter that puts a socket on the end. So you could have this as an L socket instead. You can also run just about any other 1/4 inch bit that you want. You know, Magura makes a cool 8mm 1/4 inch bit for just disc brake hose. You could actually run that in this tool, have a little ratchet there. So there's plenty of flexibility with this being such a normal size, being that 1/4 inch. You can just buy basically any tool that you want that's 1/4 inch bit, stick it in here, and have a nice little L ratchet. So there we have it. The Wera Kraftfrom Compact Pistol Ratchet. Worth every penny. And you can carry it around like a gunslinger. So, I mean, come on. Thank you for watching this tool short. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Hit the notification bell. It'll let you know every time I put one of these out. Head over to neutralsupport.net. There's some cool swag, other stuff, more content coming down the pipeline. As always, there's always something to be doing, so I'm going to try to keep doing it. Hope you guys have a good day.